Is the real estate market going to crash in 2024? That's the question that everyone is asking themselves. And I just want to jump on here to show you guys what exactly is happening with the real estate market here in LA. Today we are going to be looking into the east side and a little bit of mid-city, just to show you guys that different neighborhoods are doing different things. Right now, what we do have is still the lack of inventory on the east side. We need more homes. Right now, I have opened up the matrix, the the inventory. This is where we as agents look at inventory, and I want to show you guys that we have a lack of inventory here on the east side. This is pretty much 2 months worth of inventory. Not enough houses for the amount of demand that we do have, right? And today the Feds announced that interest rates are going to stay put. I've been preaching this. I've been saying that, the economy is pretty much the same. We do feel inflation. You go to the grocery store, 2 items are like $100, so things are still very expensive. And in my personal opinion, I don't think we will be seeing any cuts of interest rates till possibly maybe last quarter of this year. But that's just my opinion. Right now, we're just going from what the Feds announced today. Interest rates are going to stay put. Right now, they're floating around somewhere around 6.5% to 7%, depending on your situation, right? But just want to jump on here and show you that in different neighborhoods, real estate is moving very, very different. Here in Pasadena, Altadena, even Eagle Rock, Mountain Washington, Highland Park, are neighborhoods that have a very high demand, especially in the lower millions. We're seeing a lot of buyers, a lot of competitions, even through the crazy rates that we saw in the summer, late September. We saw them get closer to 8, and properties were still selling for way over. I missed out on a property that had 12 offers, and it was listed at 1.2, and it sold for 1.4, a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Actually, I believe that one had a 1-bath. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,200 square feet. It did sat on a huge lot. But I want to show you guys the criteria that I'm looking at right now. It's going to be a day sold, right? So these are properties that sold today. I'm going to show you guys 2 properties that have sold over the asking price. These are properties that still need some work. So, for example, we go all the way to Altadena, 1165 Rubio Street. Property that was listed at 1.3, sold for 1.742. So basically, $400,000 plus is sold over the asking price. That's properties in different states, but we're talking about LA. So this is a very normal thing. Let's look at the property. Property does look like a light fixture. Love the original floors. Love the fireplace. Definitely, I would personally get rid of the fan. Not a big ceiling fan. But I definitely do Reese's lighting too. I do like the style of this house. It does fit into the ranch style criteria. You guys can see very original from the pictures. And it does have a pool. It actually sits on a 16,000 square foot lot. So here for LA, that's pretty big. That's a huge lot. Let's check out another one that sold. We are still sticking in Altadena. We're going to 556 East Las Flores Drive. I want to show you guys. This property was listed for 1.225. It sold for 1.5. 1.5. That is $200,000 $175,000 plus. That's a lot of money that this property sold over, right? So this lot size, 19,000 square feet, pretty big. Another ranch style home, very original, popcorn ceilings, light fixer, carpet. It's a very nice home. Very nice area of Altadena. And as you guys can see, we don't have enough houses for sale. And these are just properties that have sold the past day. Let me actually push it back to 45 days. So it's going to be like late November, up to late November. Let's check this one out. This beautiful mid-century in Santa Rosa. This property, I actually was able to go walk it. I'm a big fan of mid-century. This was very original post and beam. Look at the pictures. Love the red door. Love the layout. I believe I have a video of the walkthrough of this property here on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. Love all of the details. I just love mid-century. And this property, as you guys can see, it was very original. Definitely for a particular buyer that's very into mid-century. They want something very original. And that's what's also very interesting too, that certain properties, just because of the way they look, or if they have some history behind them. For example, if, an architect, a renowned architect designed the house, it's going to reflect on the price. So, for example, this one got listed at 1.550, sold for 1.8. 1.8. So basically, $250,000 over the asking price. We do have a bigger lot, 14,000 square foot lot, 1,700 square feet. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Very nice post and beam mid-century that sold for over the asking price. That's just to show you that was a month and a half ago. Properties are still selling over the asking price. So, for example, here we go to this property that just sold this week, actually, I believe. Let me see. Yep, last week. Basically 7 days ago. This property, I actually have the tour on my YouTube channel for this one too. It was a very beautiful... after looking at this property, I want to say this is more of like a Victorian. It's a very tall house, especially in the inside. Very tall ceilings all around. This property is a 2-bedroom, 1,200 square feet. Does sit on a 15,000 square foot lot. So what we are seeing is that properties with bigger lots are chasing bigger price points, right? Because this one was listed at 1.150 and it sold for 1.3. So that brings the price per square footage at 1,100 square feet, basically. So just to show you, right, that here on the east side, we're seeing these bidding wars still. We're seeing these bidding wars, and then we have opportunities in the market where properties... There's two things that would really affect the property when it's up for sale. Number one, and the most important, will be the price. And number two will be the preparation for them to put it on the market, the seller put it on the market. And the listing agent, obviously. I advise all my sellers to definitely stage prep the property as much as possible because presentation is key. Buyers know what they're looking at. Buyers have been in the market for a while, especially the ones that have been in bidding situations. They know what they want and they see what they want and they're willing to pay for it. So for example, with this property has been on the market for about a month. 1,600 square feet. It's a three bedroom, one bath. It's listed at 1.3. Just from me knowing the neighborhood, this property was listed on the higher side. At the end of the day, it is the seller's decision, but it's definitely affecting the sale of the house. It's a very nice Spanish style home. The pictures, no comment, but write down in the comment section what you guys think of those listing photos. Please take good listing pictures. This was another fixture. And so for $975, I believe this one sold less. Another opportunity in the market. But this was definitely a fixture. Very hard layout to even play around. You do have a 2-story right next to you. So, someone would have to redo a lot of things to move into this. But very great opportunity. Reason why? Because you're right next to the Rose Bowl. Right next to the Rose Bowl where properties are selling for a 1.6, 1.3, 1.9, 2.6. There's even 5 millions on this side of the neighborhood in Linda Vista. And you're only half a mile away. Isn't that insane? A little bit over half a mile away, but you get the point. It's another property. Let me see if I could find it. Boom. Check out. This was by Jason from my Compass office. He killed it for this property. Amazing property. This one only sold for $90,000 now. No, actually $60,000 more than the asking price. But look at the square footage, 1,600 square feet, but it was only a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. That's amazing. That's amazing that he was able to orchestrate this property and set a record with it. Look at this. Beautiful house. I know the behind story, so all I have to say is the designer did their thing with this property. Layout made sense. Materials were very high end. I really love this property. Definitely one of my favorite listings last year. This property was on the market late last year. Love the bathtub, man. Check out the bathtub. Do we have pictures of the bathtub? There we go. Check that out. Beautiful. Properties like this would definitely get a higher price point. Just to show you that the demand in the east side is still there. I could show you a ton of properties that have sold in East Los Angeles, but I think you get the point. Now let's go down to one of my favorite neighborhoods. So here we're in Mid-City, closer to the 10. What we do have here is a little bit of more inventory. Let's pinpoint. Let's actually close down. Let me actually show you so I can definitely talk about it. So Crenshaw Manor. Crenshaw Manor expands from here to here. Boom. There you guys have it. So this property actually just sold for $1,675. It was listed at 1.7, but it had been on the market for a while. And that's what we're seeing. Different neighborhoods, there's less demand. And what we do have is an overflow of inventory that I want to show you guys. So check this out. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one just closed. So 6. There were 7 listings just past month that were active. And what we are seeing is longer times on the market. So for example, this is a property that I've been sitting at the open houses. Great feedback, great house, great layout. But what we do have is a couple properties that are somewhat similar. So what that means is that there is choices for buyers. Buyers can pick what they want, and there is more options, right? When you have more options and less demand, this is bad for the inventory. And across the board, what I'm trying to get at is that real estate is very hyper local. And if you're working with an agent, you want to be sure that the agent knows the neighborhood and knows their numbers, right? I really love this side of LA just because of the proximity between downtown and then you have LAX. These are all very good neighborhoods. Love what's going on with the neighborhoods. There's a lot of development in West Adams, but maybe that would be a different video. But just want to share with you guys what exactly is happening in the LA market. At the end of the day, as a buyer, if you're thinking about buying in 2024, I know that you're going to buy when it makes sense for you. It's very hard time in the market. But if you are thinking about buying in 2024, make sure that you are buying and staying put for the next 5 to 7 years just to endure anything that could happen with the market. But as interest rates go up and we are still with the same issue of the lack of inventory, we are seeing that LA, it's its own bubble. It's sort of insulated, right? Which is a plus, but it's also a double-edged sword that, you might still see bidding wars for certain properties, especially if you have good taste. We all have good taste. So most likely the properties that we do like will have competition still. Maybe not as much like the pandemic where there were 30, 40 offers, but we still might be competing against 5 to 10 offers. So at the end of the day, just buy when it makes sense for you. But the sooner you buy, the better it is. Because if you're able to endure the higher interest rates right now, and at the end of the day, you have to look at your finances and you don't want to put yourself in any sort of tight situation. I know there's a lot of programs out there, and I have my own opinion, especially on the 2-1 buy downs. Like, these are great programs, but just make sure that you're okay with the final number after those 2 years go by and your payment does go up. Make sure that you're okay with that number because you don't know exactly what could happen in those 2 years. Everyone's promising lower interest rates, but we obviously don't know. We're not 100% sure. So don't put yourself in a tight situation. If you are thinking about buying and have any questions, please reach out. I'd love to chat with you and go over the neighborhood that you're looking at and see exactly what exactly is happening, what to expect, and maybe we could work together. Hope you guys have a wealthy day